You are now tuned into ChiChat Podcast, where four women come together to encourage, inform, and inspire women by creating a dialogue that develops strong sisterhood and friendship. Around the table is Yolanda, Ebony, Katrina, and Breonna. Okay, now it's time for some ChiChat.
Hey, welcome back to the ChiChat Podcast. I am your girl, Ebony, and I know y'all happy to see us. It's a new year, and y'all seeing our beautiful faces. But before we get started, I want to check in with my boos and see exactly how they feeling today. How you feeling, Breonna?
Feeling good. I'm at a 5.
All right, Bree at a 5. What about you, Yolanda?
Oh, a good 5. 5.
Okay, all right. And Katrina, how you feeling?
Woke up this morning feeling real good, so I'm still at a 5. I'm at a 5.
Okay, cool. And I'm at a 5 too. And hopefully everyone that's watching us is at a 5 too. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this, okay? So my topic for today is, so why is it not okay now? So we're gonna be talking about the racial discrimination within the entertainment industry. So in a recent post, Nene Leakes from the Real Housewives of Atlanta posted a link to Boycott Bravo, which is the network that is that shows the franchise, the Housewives franchise, the Real Housewives of you name it. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen Real Housewives. And she is wanting to boycott Bravo because the network, because of racial inequality, with her and her other cast members, including those on sister shows like Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac. All those other shows. So she posted, y'all ready to start this boycott yet? On the ground, while others were being promoted, Black women who created the shows, created the genres, built the franchise, and built the networks are being demoted. So she's pretty much saying that the white women on those platforms are being promoted and the Black women are being demoted. So she wants to boycott Bravo, the network as a whole. Mind you, Nene is not on the current season of the Housewives that's currently airing right now. Mm-hmm. So my question is, how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about her now that she's not employed by Bravo, she's not on the show, but now she wants to boycott them and saying that there's racial inequality? How do you guys feel? Who want to go first?
I'll take it.
I'll say this, that she maybe devil's advocate here. She couldn't, when you're employed by somebody or a company or whatever, it's certain, it may be against your standards or whatever, but you can't speak out on it because you're basically in a contract with them. But now that she's not in contract, she feels like, oh, I can do me. I can voice my opinion. I can say how I feel. So that might be what she's going through right now. Is it right? No, it's not right. Because it's basically like, if she's speaking out now, like she basically sold herself before, and now she's just like, let me try to regain Nene back. Let me get back to being me. So I don't know.
Okay, yeah. That was a really good answer, and I'm gonna piggyback off that later. How you feel about that?
Some people are only as loyal as their come up. I've said that before in a quote on my Her Intuition page on Facebook, and that's what it is sometimes. She's not up there, so she's not feeling them. So now, since she's not on their come up, then now she's against them. But when she's on the come up, she's with them. So some people are only as loyal as their come up. That's my take on that. She's just as loyal. If she's coming up, then she's going to rock with her team. If not, it's like blah to y'all.
Right. Bree, I know you got a word for me, girl.
Nene and what's my girl? Kim, right? Mm-hmm. They really held that show down. They were the ones that brought, to me, the ratings. I mean, I know other people had stuff going on, but I think that at this present time, for her to put out that notice, I just think that I'm gonna hit Yolanda and Katrina point together. I believe that there were moments where her peers were cut off. And at this point, maybe my peers won't say it, but I'll say it because I'm Nene Leakes. I'm off. I'm no longer connected. I don't have to worry about y'all cutting me a check. I'm going to say what I feel. Now, I'm going to put Breonna in this now. It's like, girl, at the end of the day, if Bravo really is doing this, these people don't care. They want their check. You got your check for 6 seasons, 15 seasons, whatever. I don't know. But you got your check, baby. So at the end of the day, you never thought Bravo should have got cut off. You never thought nobody should have been watching your episodes. So let it be. They get their check now. You left or whatever your case was. Move on.
Okay. So all of y'all brought up some really, really good points. My thing is this. Now, I'm a faithful watcher of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've watched some of the other shows too, but Real Housewives of Atlanta is like the seasons that I tune in for, like each and every season, like season after season. And granted, I do miss Nene on this season because, like Breonna said, she bought the ratings. Like she always got the crazy little catchphrases, something to give you a good little, kiki, and so, so I do kind of miss Nene. But I have to say this, Nene has always been like the big bad wolf. Nene has always been the one that go against the grain. She's always been the one that's gonna push the envelope. And my question was, when I saw her post this and I saw like people like, going in, it's like, why now? Like, why is this not okay now? Because I feel like before, y'all took the discrimination, y'all took, the disrespect, y'all took, those people pitting these Black women against each other. Because I watched Real Housewives of New Jersey. Andy Cohen, okay, he don't be pitting those white women against each other the way that he's been pitting the Black women against each other. But this is something that I've seen in like the 3rd and 4th season. Like, this is something that has been going on. Like y'all in season 13, like why now is it not okay? Y'all been taking all this BS, throwing it in y'all bag, y'all money bag, and trucking right along. So why is it not okay now? And that was my thing. Like you're saying, turn your TVs off. Well, I don't want to turn my TV off. I still want to see what these other helpers got going on. So I ain't gonna turn my TV off. Yeah, I miss you, but sis, I mean, at this point, I'm not turning my TV off. You're not helping me pay my bills. You're not paying my
sis. We going where the money reside. Where the money reside. Where the money reside.
So you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why now is it not okay? Like why you? So to me, I felt like she compromised her being a Black woman. Like you knew what this was. You knew you've been seeing this, because if somebody like me or just the average person can see it, then I know you've been seeing this. You've been seeing that this was a problem, but you didn't care because you were getting your money. So now that you're not getting your money anymore, now it's a problem.
Yeah.
So okay. All right, good conversation, ladies. So we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into this, okay? So tell me, has there ever been a time that you felt that you were discriminated against, whether you've seen it on TV, on other shows, whether you have been walking into a store, or if you've been at work, have you been discriminated against? Who want to tackle that first?
I gotta take it. Because I've been dying to ask this question.
She burning right now. She gotta get it off, girl. Go ahead, get it off your chest, girl.
Back in the day, my children used to go to daycare, and I was working at the hospital. I was a care partner, and I used to work around all of these nurses who felt like they were better than the care partner. Some of you probably watched the show. Hello. I'm not talking about all of you, but it's a few of you who feel like y'all better than the care partners, and you really should be ashamed of yourself. Now I'm going to stop right there with that. One of the nurses, I was in the patient's room, and I overheard her talking to another care partner. And the care partner said, well, how can she afford to send all of her children? Don't she got 3 kids? How can she afford to send them all to the daycare, which at the time they were going to a very good daycare, the hospital daycare? How can she afford it? This heifer said she's probably on one of those voucher programs. Why? Because I'm black and young? Well, let me tell you something. It's called saving. Miss Ma'am, my children were not on any vouchers. I paid for them myself. No father helped me pay for them. I did it. No voucher helped me pay for them. I paid for my own children. It's called saving. Girl. If you're watching and you know exactly who you are. Blessings to you. That's the first one. Now I got to get this out. Walmart. Every time I go in Walmart to shop, I am not stealing anything at the self-checkout. Please stop watching me. I am purchasing my stuff just like everybody else. Just because I'm the black girl and y'all think that I'm young, I know I look like I'm in my 20s. Well, Nick, I won't go there. I'm just going to say early 30s. And y'all probably feel like I have nothing. Let me tell y'all something. It's called saving. I have enough money to go in here and buy my groceries for my children. I don't need to steal anything. So quit watching me when I go to the register. Thank you, Ebony. I'm finished.
I hear you, girl. And look, just to piggyback real quick off of you, I'm with you. When you go into stores and you really like, you would see it on these shows like back in the day, like, you know, Family Matters. I think I might have seen one on like Sister, like some of them shows like that where, you know, people, it kind of touch on like discrimination or racism and stuff like that. When you walk in the store, they feel like you don't have the money to buy, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want. And I see that a lot of times when I walk into stores. My biggest pet peeve is when I walk into a store, when you see me, when you first lay eyes on me, meaning I haven't seen you and you haven't seen me before we laid eyes on each other. I know that don't make no sense, but whatever. But when I walk in the store, just say, hey, how are you? Not, can I help you find something? I don't even know what I want yet. Let me walk in and figure out. Now, sometimes I do have my mind on, you know, what I want to get. But you're throwing me off when you ask me and you're questioning me like as soon as I walk in the store. Like I see a lot of that. Like, and I don't like that. So I'm with you on that, Yolanda. Yeah. What about you, Bree?
I guess I got two stories too. So the first story actually comes from marching band. We were actually in Florida at Bethune-Cookman. Not Bethune-Cookman. Anyway, we were in Florida. And a lot of the people was like booing us. They told us we couldn't come to a certain area. It was like a whole thing. We ended up in like a whole, well, that was at our school. We ended up in a fight. Some of the drummers fought. I didn't fight anybody, but it was about 25 people fighting the football players because they didn't like us. And so the football players got mad because we had a line up behind them. They turned around. Somebody said something out the way and they fought. So that was something big, like that whole thing. The second, girl, help me, Jesus. I went to get these little fingers done, okay? And the man gonna say, are you sure you can get gel? I said, am I sure? Okay. Then he said, then the leader or the owner, he said, do you have an appointment? Now, at this point, you guys, my nails are actually done, you know, by the person. And I'm like, so then the lady does my eyebrows and she says, well, you know, you have to get appointment here. You can't just come in here. And I was like, this the last time you getting this black dollar. Good night.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Q, I told Q the story. He was like, do what? So honestly, y'all, I haven't got my nails done because I haven't found anybody that's respectful enough to want this black money. So yes.
Oh I don't like stuff like that. Oh my goodness.
So basically, I got questioned my whole experience, basically.
And that's not cool. That's not cool.
And you spend your money.
But yet he had a whole row of the other, and they had no questions.
Oh no.
Not right.
Nope, he wouldn't get my black dollar ever again. Okay.
Yeah.
Katrina.
Yes, I have an experience. It's been a while ago. I would say probably about maybe 10 years ago. It was a restaurant in Greenville. I don't want to say the name of it, but at the restaurant, there were already not many of us there. I'll put it to you that way. And so it was me and one of my sisters. We were together, first time in this restaurant, just want to have a good time and eat our food, So the waitress comes to our table, takes our order real quick. Like she was just rushing us the whole time. She got our food to us. I lie to you not, guys. We had our food a total of 5 minutes. She had already been coming back and forth to the table, like she was basically rushing us the whole time. But once we got our piping hot food, she come back 5 minutes later and asked if she could offer us a box. And I was like, no.
Bye.
She came back again. Can I get you anything to go? You done messed up 2 times now. So my sister was looking at me like, Trina, don't say nothing. I was like, if she come back to this table one more time, I'm gonna say something. So she came back again. Can I offer you to go box? And I said, is there a time limit on these tables? Because you have come over here 3 times like you rushing us to get out the door. I didn't see you go to that table. I didn't see you go to that table. She turned so red. I was like, I don't care about you turning red. And I told her, I was a little bit nice. I don't think I was saved back.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
These feet before Christ.
I was like, look, I ain't seen you go to none of these other tables asking people if they need to leave. Why are you trying to get us out of here because we black? And she was like, oh no. That's I just thought that maybe you want. I said, don't ask me. I'll let you know when I'm ready to leave.
Woo!
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Katrina, I like it.
I was upset at that. I don't think I had been that upset.
Katrina, you need to catch me. I just fell out.
These people are really crazy.
I really hate to act out in public, but she brought it out of me that day because I was very upset.
Oh my gosh. Well, look, I was like, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but so I'm gonna try to speed this story up because we still got it. We got a lot more we got to dig into. So I was at the grocery store. This was actually recent, and I'm talking about like last month recent, okay? So I'm at the grocery store. I'm standing in line. I'm waiting to check out. So of course, they got like the little, tick marks on the floor. So I'm standing in my rightful spot, just waiting for the line, to go. So I was behind this white lady, and I'm looking down at my phone, not even paying her no mind. She had quite a few groceries, okay? At the time when I went into the grocery store, I want to say there were only 3 people on the register, and all 3 lines were long, okay? She had a cart full of groceries, and I had just like a little arm basket, had maybe like 3 items or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I see her, like I have my phone like this, but I can still see, even though I'm looking at my phone, so I can see her turning around looking at me. And she's like, there's another line open.
No, she didn't.
Like, okay, like I'm still looking at my phone because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, no, she didn't, did she? Like, sis is really trying me today. Like, mind you, I done been at work all day. I'm tired, okay? And I'm ready to get to the house. I just want to come in here and get my rice so I can fix my little chicken and rice when I get home, honey. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no trouble. I'm just trying to get myself and get out, So she's like, did you hear what I said? There's another line open. So when she said that, it triggered me, okay? Yes, I said trigger. It triggered me. Yeah, I was very nasty. I was, because at this point, it's not like you're saying, you can go in front of me because you only have a small amount of items and I got this big basket.
Right.
I felt as if you just didn't want me standing behind you.
Yeah.
So there's a cop in the line beside to our right, and there's a black guy and his girlfriend behind, and he just goes off. So I don't know if the situation could have went real bad because there's a cop to our right. She's antagonizing the situation, and he's behind me like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, he's like going off. And so I didn't want to turn around and hype him up even more because I'm like, there's a cop here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when the guy finished ringing up her groceries, she turns around, she starts crying, and she says, "You did not have to speak to me that way. I did use some curse words, some choice words. They weren't the worst curse words I could have used, but I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. This is a transparent moment, y'all. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Yes, I did use a few choice words with her because at this point it's just like, sis, you ain't even say, hey, you can come in front of me. You know what I'm saying? You just said, did you? And when you said, did you hear what I said? First of all, my mama don't even talk to me like that. So you're not gonna talk to me like that. And that's just period. Like, you're not gonna talk to me like that. So, you know, I said what I said. So after the guy finished ringing up her stuff, she turned around, she started crying. You did not have to talk to me that way. I just tried to help you. And I'm talking about, like, she goes into this full on, like, Karen cry. Okay? Like, she's crying. Huh?
I said, I'm about to ask you, was her name Karen?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, a Karen.
So I'm just like, so the cop, and y'all, I promise you, I was like, ma'am, oh my gosh, like, will you please leave me alone? I don't know you. Like, leave me alone. Like, you started bothering me. You said something to me. I was here on my good phone, minding my business, just trying to get my rights so I can go home and cook dinner for me and my family. And you come saying, did you hear what I said? Like, no, you're not gonna talk to me crazy. No, ma'am. So the police comes around. He's like, ma'am, you need to calm down. He told her, like, you need to calm down. Do you need some assistance to your car? Because you need to calm down. So yeah, needless to say, I was very, very, I was tickled and boiling at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that could even be a feeling. I didn't even know that was even a thing. Like, to be I was flabbergasted, okay? Like, I didn't even know that I could be pissed and laughing at the same time. Like, you know, so I was just like, yeah, like, that was crazy. So listen, that was my experience. Like I said, it was a recent experience, and I just hope I don't have to experience something like that again, because I really just be out here minding my business. Like, I don't be talking about it. Like, you know, so that's what really I think this intensified it. So yeah. So this leads me to my next question. Everybody been talking about these powers we supposed to have, like the Black superpowers. So my question is, when as Black people will we really truly realize our superpower? So I feel like I'm gonna go first. The way I look at this, I put this question up here is because going back to the whole situation with Nene and, you know, wanting to boycott Bravo. If you're saying that you guys have created these shows, you created these genres, you've built the franchise, why continue to build? And shout out to my sister, because we had a conversation about this, and she kind of like opened my eyes to like some things. So sis, if you watching, hey, her name is Kwan. Hey boo. So so she said, she brought that up, like, when, like, why are these women putting so much into these white platforms that's gonna handle you any kind of way? Why not build your own network? I mean, Oprah has it, you know what I'm saying? But Oprah don't have to be the only one. You know, she don't have to be the only one that has a network. Tyler Perry's up there somewhere, you know? Like, why not build your own? Like, have your own instead of putting so much into something that someone else has. Like, we do have that entertainment superpower, you know? And I always tap into how I feel like a lot of times Black people are given like, they're given like certain things, like NBA career, NFL career, singer, rapper. Like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things, like, you have to realize that you can have more than just that. You can own it and be the entertainer. You know? You can cut the check. You can be the sender and not the receiver all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really can have it all. Like, you really can. Katrina, what you think about that?
Well, my daughter been talking about this superpower stuff, and I'm like, huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Something about this. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it, but it's just, I think it's in us all. Like, it's already in us. We just need to tap into it. because we do have the power to be anything, do anything. And like you said, more than just rappers and entertainers, and we can be doctors and lawyers. We can be the freaking president now, so we can just tap into our own potential and do and become and be what we want to be,
Yeah.
And we don't have to sit here. Yes, there is a whole bunch of racism in the world. It's going to always be here, but we don't have to continue to let that hold us down.
Exactly.
Number one, America wouldn't be where it is without us, period.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. That's a little Black History Month tease, okay? Great.
Yeah, I think that we are more powerful than we realize. And I believe that the reason why we lost the power is because we allowed, as Yolanda said in her episode, you guys go check it out, baggage. We allowed the baggage of our ancestors to really hold this narrative over our head that we gotta wait for the opportunity. We gotta go through the Underground Railroad for the opportunity. And it's just like, no longer do you have to hide your gifts. All of those, when we go back and listen to the stories of the ancestors, they had gifts. Despite the slavery, they had a lot of gifts and talents. I mean, we got E.B. Du Bois. I mean, come on. Like, we had some people. And it's just that we keep hovering. We don't tap into W.E.B. Du Bois' story. No shade to my girl, Harriet. But we don't tap into the Black folks that actually, after slavery Black folks, we don't tap into them. We always, we got Harriet, we got Sojourner Truth. Right. It's like, talk about the other ones. I mean, it's more than W.E.B., but y'all get my point.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. And you bring up a good point too. Yeah. I never really thought about it like that, because it's just like, it's always just the certain influential Black people in history that they talk about. But you're absolutely right. They need to start expanding this, because you need to know it as a whole, not just what they want us to know. And I feel like, I ain't even gonna go into all that. Go ahead, Yolanda.
That's it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. We still got February to get through, so we good.
My answer is with everybody's. I think us as Black people have been suppressed so long that we allow our fear to stop us from doing a lot of things. I tell my children over and over again, I tell myself too, y'all know that I have stuff going on. If I allowed the fear to stop me, I wouldn't have accomplished anything. On the other side of fear is greatness.
Yeah.
It's just, once you conquer that fear, and I think us as Black people need to conquer our fear and know that we have it within us. Once we tap into it, then, and we get rid of that fear concept, you have to just put it back here. What do you want more? You want the fear, or do you want the greatness? Right. Once they say that, once we all say that as Black people as a whole, then I think that we will be much better off.
Right. Yeah. Good conversation, ladies. So I have one last question, and my last question is, do you feel like money should compromise your integrity or your Blackness? Me personally, I don't feel like money should compromise your integrity or your Blackness. I don't care whether I'm broke, contract or not. I'm gonna breach the contract, okay? It's gonna be null and void. It's gonna be null and void, because it's just like, and I feel like when people do allow that, that's what makes people continue the shenanigans that they do, because it's like, you didn't say nothing when I was handing you this $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 check per episode. You getting 1.5 such and such million dollars per season. You didn't say anything. Like, I could have called you the N-word for all you would have cared. You would have just been like, okay, and that just would have been that, But no, I feel like no amount of money should compromise your integrity, because like I said, you can get out here and build your own, and you can have your own money without the disrespect. Bree, what you feel about that? You feel like it should be compromised?
Never. We, not to dig too hard, but that Will Smith story, how they had the reunion, and how Will expressed that he was caught up in the status, and that actually severed a solid relationship. I mean, he could have really learned something from her, but he was so caught up. So I say all that to say, don't compromise, and please don't compete. I had to add that in. Don't compete. I mean, at the end of the day, Will and Miss, y'all help me, y'all know who I'm talking about. They were making money. Her money was not as much as his, but they were all winning. Everybody got a check. We all on the same show. And I just feel like that's where we mess up as a Black culture. We mess up with competition and compromising. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. Yolanda.
No, never. You're right, Ebony. We can, as Black people, go out and build our own. And a lot of these, hello, white friends. I know that we have some our white counterparts do listen to us and do enjoy us. We're not talking bad about you, or we're not bashing you. We're talking about the Black people right now. So please don't feel offended. But if it wasn't for us Black folk, especially on those housewives and hip hop, loving war.
Loving hip hop. You had it.
Loving hip hop. The white people put the Black people up there for the ratings. If it wasn't for the Black people going to compromise their integrity, then they wouldn't be as rich as they are. So no, I don't think that you should ever compromise your integrity for $1, ever. Because you can go build your own and be better at it. And you can make your own rules.
Exactly. And show and not have people create false narratives about anything or have it way on TV. So yeah, that's true. Katrina.
The correct answer to that is no. No. You should never compromise yourself, your integrity for anything. Not only for money, for likes, for status, for nothing. You don't compromise who you are, just to try to get somewhere. No, don't compromise.
And can I say something to your point, Katrina, real quick? You mentioned likes. That's social media. I want to say this because it's in my spirit to say this. Just because they're not hitting the like button does not mean they're not watching.
Right.
Prime example. They may not hit that like button, but I can guarantee you they know about ChiChat. Or I can guarantee you they know what's going on with all of us or with all of you. People are watching just because they don't hit the like button.
Yeah.
They're watching. So always keep yourself intact. Always. You never have to compromise yourself just for the like. They ain't gonna like it no way. Not most people. Well, they do, but they don't hit the little blue button or whatever it is, or heart, or whatever.
Okay. That's okay.
They don't, but but we know that y'all watch. Blessings to you. That's it. I'm finished now.
And with that being said, we're not gonna compromise ourselves.
Right.
The integrity of ourselves and our show, our podcast, without the compromise.
Absolutely. All right, ladies. So that brings me to our question of the week, this or that. And you know what? I think we kind of already just answered it, but for the sake of the show, we're going to go through it anyway. So, this or that, money or peace of mind? Me, I'm going to have to say peace of mind. Bree?
Peace over problems.
Yolanda?
Definitely peace of mind. Definitely.
Yeah. Katrina?
Girl, I got to have peace of mind. I like to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think people realize how much a peace of mind, like there's prices, like people have left jobs where they were making money. I'm talking about they were making bank. They left the job because they didn't have a peace of mind. Like, you have got to have a peace of mind. Like, you have to. You know?
That is very true, because I asked my sister once if they asked you to come back to this job and they were going to pay you $45 an hour. She was like, Trina, I love you. She said, but there's no money in the world that'll make me go back there.
Yeah.
And she said the exact same words I just said. She said, I like to be able to sleep at night and know that when I go to sleep, my name is clear. It's not on some document falsified, none of that stuff. I'm going with the peace of mind.
I'm telling you, you got to have a peace of mind. So that brings me to our new segment that we just launched for January 2021. It's called What the Huh? You know what? I can't even explain this story. This is definitely a what the huh moment. Bree, just roll it.
It's coming up, guys. Give me a second.
As Amanda Sharp Jefferson sits behind bars tonight, accused of murdering her 2 babies, her husband and their father, Jaquan, told me he's just trying to stay positive.
Lily, hi, baby.
We had them 11 months apart because we wanted them to be close and just grow together and just live forever.
Instead, the lives of 2-month-old Lily and 1-year-old Rose were tragically cut short.
Rose was my big juice and Lily was my brown sugar.
Jaquan Singleton told me he left them with their mom, Amanda Sharp Jefferson, Thursday night so he could be with his other daughter, Violet, at his grandmother's.
I see Rose, I see Amanda, I see Lily. Everything's good. I was like around 7-something. I'm giving them kisses. I give them hugs. I'm like, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
That was the last time he saw his 2 youngest daughters alive. When he got back to the apartment around noon on Friday,
I see Rose and Lily like over there.
He said they were in the living room, laying down. Rose was on top of Lily. Amanda was home.
Take this coat off, put it on my bed and stuff. And I'm like, but as I'm doing that, she's like, shh, shh, shh.
He said he thought they were asleep until...
Feel Lily's head. I'm like, she's kind of cold.
After a few minutes of trying to get a response, it clicked, and he confronted Amanda.
I'm asking, like, what did you do to my daughter? What did you do to my daughter? And she's like, shh, shh.
Jaquan said he called his mom, then called 911. He said Amanda never did.
She's super calm, cool, and collective about it. Literally putting her clothes on, nothing, talking about can we sell the organs and stuff.
He told me he thinks the girls were drowned.
That day when I seen them, I died. I still feel dead. I feel blank. I'm numb.
In Amanda's arrest report, it said she told officers she didn't know Jaquan and denied having any children.
She was going through a spiritual, a spiritual and soul type of thing, where she thought she wasn't in this reality. She was in the spiritual and soul reality.
He said the spiritual side all started a few weeks ago.
I feel like maybe me not coming back that night got to her.
Despite what his wife is accused of.
I forgive her. I love her. I have to act like they're still here because the only way I can carry on their legacy is just just stay positive.
He told me he, Amanda, Rose, and Lily went everywhere together.
If I walk around with anger, hatred, I'm not going to be able to get through this situation.
Now he walks alone without his big juice or brown sugar.
Life would never be the same.
So y'all, that was our what the huh moment for the week. When I saw that story, I was like, what in the world? Like, my mind went so many different directions, but I mean, I was speechless. I really was speechless. Like, I just couldn't even put into words like, what? Like, that is really crazy. That is really, really crazy.
Really?
So God bless those 2 little girls, those sweet babies. My heart really goes out to their family and that dad. Like, I feel like him saying that, he forgive her and everything. Like, that speaks to his character and, the person that he really is. Mental health is really real. And when you tie in the money and all that stuff like that, it can take you down a really dark path. So did anybody want to speak on that? Or
it's just unfortunate to have that time. He made the statement, I guess me not coming home got to her. And it speaks to, like you just said, mental health, but it also speaks to, having that relational connection and understanding of the status. You knew coming into this relationship, this man had another daughter. You knew the status of how he flows with that daughter. You knew he was coming back. And so that for me is the part that hurts too, because it's like, you literally waited for this man to leave. You literally had a thought process of, I'm going to cut them off and you can just have this one. That to me was the thought process.
Yeah.
And so it's just unfortunate because it's almost like a selfish moment. Again, mental health is real. Mental health is real. But that was a selfish moment also.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely. Okay, y'all. So I know that was a little heavy, and I do apologize if I brought anyone down. But if you could please drop us some comments below. Let us know how you feel about Black women in the entertainment industry. Do you feel like they're discriminated against? Do you feel like, we could do better just as a Black community as a whole, and pushing our own platforms, pushing our own networks, and just becoming a whole, as a community, as a race, as a whole. So drop us some comments down and let us know how you feeling about all the things we discussed today. So my sister girl of the week is the one, the only Teyana Taylor. Y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever heard her music, but I absolutely love Teyana Taylor. I love her music. I feel like her music is the closest to the 90s I'm ever gonna get again, like, in present day. Like, her music is such like a 90s vibe. And recently she announced that she was retiring because she feels like her music was not appreciated. And I've seen a lot of people on social media saying, we did this to her, and I'm like, you know what, we really did. We didn't appreciate her. I mean, I did. But some of y'all out there didn't appreciate her. And I don't appreciate the fact that y'all didn't appreciate her, okay? Because, listen, I need another album, okay? We need another album. But I wholeheartedly understand exactly what she was saying. She's doing it for her mental peace. She got to make sure that she's sane and mentally whole for her kids, her and her kids and her husband. So shout out to Teyana Taylor. I will be bumping your last, or all your albums, honey, every day, okay? Until you decide that you want to graciously give us another one if you ever change your mind. I'm gonna be right here waiting, girl. So that's my sister girl of the week. And my chick fave for the month of January. So let me see if I can get this. I probably can't get this all on the screen, but this right here is called the Comfy. This is like a hoodie, like blanket for those cold days. Listen, I like to snuggle up on the couch with my comfy on, with my ChiChat Podcast mug, with some coffee or some tea. And listen, your girl is like lit in this, okay? And I can sleep in this. Like, listen, I'm telling you, this is really, really good for those cold days. So, called the Comfy. Look it up, Google it. We'll try to put the link below if you want to purchase one. All right. So, and also, like I said, I just mentioned that I'm drinking out of my ChiChat Podcast mug. We have masks, we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got all the merch that you could ever want. You ain't gotta go nowhere else. We're a one-stop shop, okay? And you can get that at www.teesprings.com/chitchat. All right, ladies. So, one word motivation of the week. I'm gonna start with you, Bree.
Oh man, one word motivation. I'm gonna have to give it 3 words. Keep it real. Keep it real. No matter what you do, whatever industry you in, keep it real.
All right. Yolanda?
Greatness. As I said before, on the other side of fear, greatness. Be great. And know within yourself that you're great. If you don't know it, then nobody else will. You have to, and it's not bragging, it's not being all over yourself, but you have to feel it first before your audience does. So greatness.
All right. And Katrina?
3 words, Know your worth.
All right.
Along with being that great person, you just gotta know your worth.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm gonna go with the 3-word trend too. Mine is gonna be just do it. Okay. I know I got on Adidas today, but we just gonna do it. Okay. We are just gonna do it. Like Nike said, just do it. So this has been another episode of the ChiChat Podcast. Please drop us some comments below. Let us know how y'all feeling about 2021. Are y'all feeling hopeful? Are y'all keeping it real? Are y'all striving for greatness? Do you know your worth? Oh, hey, listen, just say, Ebony, I'm just going to do it, okay? All right, so we'll see you guys in the next episode of the ChiChat Podcast. Do not forget to catch us every Friday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll see you guys in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to our episode of ChiChat. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at ChiChat Podcast.